In our last video, we came up with a DIY fix to the Sony FX3. After several requests, we decided to come up with an even better 3D printed solution. What's up? I'm Cliff with The Creator's Cup, and this is going to be part of a series where we come up with solutions for filmmakers using a 3D printer, little design software, and some of your guys' feedback. Our goal is not to treat this as a business, but just as another way to provide value to our fellow creators. We're going to try to put out a video like this where we do a 3D part every couple of weeks and do something new. And at the end of this video, I'll actually show you what's coming next. But enough about that. Let's talk about the custom mount we made for the Sony FX3. We got a little bit of feedback online about the zip tie and some other things and a few emails and people wondering if we could come up with something like this. And after about 6 designs, this was what we finally did. Basically, all you do is you take off the Sony mic isolator, which is frankly quite terrible. It makes a lot of noise, you get a lot of feedback in it, and I just really don't care for it. And then you put this piece on, I'll show some pictures up here somewhere, just by snapping it in place carefully, not bending it too far, and then reinserting the 2 screws that came with the Sony mic isolator. Once you've done that, you provided yourself a mounting point for the top of the camera. So now you can put your monitor and your own mic with its own much better isolator. Even these cheaper Rode isolators are better than the Sony one. And get it to where the camera actually has a forward monitor and forward mic while still maintaining your top handle. This is a 3D printed part, so it's not exactly the most refined and polished piece of equipment you're going to have on your camera. Unfortunately, you do end up with a little bit of stringing and ridges on any 3D printed pieces, but they are very durable, and in this case, we use PETG. And if you download it and print it yourself or have a third party print it if you're in another country, because we can only ship to the US, you'll want them to use PETG and use 100% infill. When you do that, this is very, very durable and it does not want to break. Let's go ahead and just do a quick test right now. Now, to be clear, I'm not going to leave the top handle on the camera while I do this because, if this fails, and you guys saw the Cybertruck video, you'd understand that sometimes things go wrong when you test them in front of a camera. But if this fails, I don't want to damage the camera itself. I'm going to be putting an excessive amount of weight, 10 pounds, which is about 4.5 kilos, on this cheese plate. So the one thing I've noticed with this is the actual top handle itself is a little weak right here. And this is one of the cons to this design. I would not want to put more than about 5 pounds of pressure side to side on this part of the handle, because it isn't incredibly durable, unfortunately. It's made out of plastic, much thinner plastic than our part even. So definitely keep that in mind. When I do this test with this 10 pounds, I'm gonna keep my hand on this so I don't break their part. So this is with the 3D printed part. Now let's roll it over. Again, I'm holding their part so I don't break it. And then we'll roll it this way. And then over here, and bounce it around a little bit. So one of the questions I had online was whether these tiny little 2.5 millimeter screws would be strong enough. And the way we made this with a little bit of an indent here, it actually is plenty strong enough because it shares the load across the entire thing. So we haven't had any issues with strength, but again, do be careful. These things are like $600 and I don't even know if you can order them by themselves yet for this camera. So if this is something you would think would be useful for your Sony FX3 and something you would actually use, you can either go to Amazon and a link in the description or to our website and we will ship it straight to you for basically what it costs us in time and materials. If you would rather print it yourself, there is a download link, or if you're in another country outside of the US or Canada where we aren't currently able to ship to, you can use one of your friends or a third party. There is no patent on this. Feel free to print as many as you like. Frankly, we'd appreciate it if you didn't sell them in the US, but we're really not making any money off of this. This is more about just supporting our community and giving you guys value than it is trying to profit off of some 3D printed part. So again, they are completely free to download, but if you do want a finished product that we've tested, we can ship that to you along with a couple of these screws for a cheese plate. The cheese plate we recommend is on Amazon. It has an 18 millimeter spacing. It's about $10, and then from here you can do whatever you want. There are other cheese plates with that spacing. It seems to be pretty common, so you could use those as well. If you end up getting this part, we would like to hear your feedback either on our email, which is on our website, or on the Amazon link where you can actually purchase it and leave reviews just like anything else. Also, it'd be really cool if you post a picture of it and tag us on Instagram. we'd love to see what it looks like and how it turned out on your FX3 and what your rig looks like. Speaking of FX3 rigs, we're going to be reviewing a cage for this camera in just a few weeks, and I got a feeling it's one you're going to want to see. As far as 3D printed parts are concerned, we do have one more thing coming up, and then in a couple weeks I'm sure we'll have another idea, and if you guys have any ideas, let us know. That is a custom mount for the probe lens that takes all the shake out of using a follow focus. It comes with its own gear, and it comes with a mounting point directly to the lens. We'll talk about that in about a week. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this kind of stuff, please give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to our channel. This is not our main thing, but this is just something we want to do on the side for fun. Because frankly, I mean, 3D printing is a good time, and we're all creators. It's just another way of being creative. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video. Yeah, I want pizza.